Good evening, listeners, and welcome to Second Chances with Hilaria Asumu, the show where we talk about hope, healing, and the incredible power of organ donation. Whether you're listening from your car, relaxing at home, or sharing this moment with a loved one, thank you for being here. Every week, we shine a light on the real life heroes who remind us that kindness is not just a word, it's an action. Last week, we explored how young people are learning about organ donation and stepping up to be the next generation of lifesavers. But tonight, we are celebrating the silent heroes, ordinary people making extraordinary sacrifices. We're talking about living donors, those who give a kidney or part of their liver while they are still alive. Not for money, not for fame, but simply because they believe in giving someone a second chance at life. Think about it for a second. Imagine stepping up to save a life, not just any life, but maybe someone you barely know. That kind of decision takes courage. It takes selflessness. And tonight, we will honor these incredible human beings. Before we begin, a quick note. We do not own the rights to the songs featured in this episode. They are used solely for the purpose of illustration to enhance the storytelling and emotional depth of our discussion today. And with that, let's set the mood. Here is Colossa by Oxlade, a song about deep emotions and life-changing decisions. Because, let's be honest, donating an organ, that's a decision that comes straight from the heart. Here is Colossa by Oxlade, and I'll see you in a bit. Colossa by Oxlade. I've just been told in the studio that it's not Oxlade, it's Oxlade. So that's a song about love, connection, and making life-changing decisions. And that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. Decisions that change lives forever. Now, let me tell you about Ali. Ali is a man who didn't just work in an office. He changed a life there. Ali, like many of us, showing up to work, handling emails, grabbing coffee in the break room, But one day something changed. His colleague, a woman he'd worked with for years, was facing kidney failure. Her name is Sonia. Let's listen to Ali tell the story himself, because I had an interview with him and he actually blew me away with his story. So listen to this.
So I saw a post on Facebook that she'd put up. It was a picture of cards and flowers that she'd received from her colleagues at King's College Hospital. And she just said, thank you for my card and flowers. But she didn't write anything about the story. She didn't want anybody to feel sorry for her. And I messaged her on Facebook Messenger and just said, oh, what's up? Seeing these flowers, I hope you're okay. And she said, yeah, I've got renal failure and I'm on dialysis. And so she just started dialysis at that point, but she was a very private person. She never told anybody about her kidney disease.
Yeah. So what was the most surprising part of the what was your initial fears or doubts? Were there any, either from you or your family or friends, and how did you overcome all of them?
Yeah, there was. I guess it was just the fear of not knowing. So I said to her, well, I'll do a blood test. I'll do a test to see if I can donate. And then when I was telling my friends, they said, oh no, is it safe? What about you? Are you going to be okay? And I know they do a lot of tests on potential donors to see if you're healthy and if you're going to be all right after donation.
Yeah.
So that was quite comforting to know. But I did a lot of my own research and read up about kidneys. And so it was a good education for myself as well.
Yeah. And what about your family? How did they feel? You know, what was their reaction to you coming forward to donate to somebody?
Well, I'm actually from Iran originally, and in Iran, it's legal to pay to buy kidneys. You actually see in the street billboards that say kidney for sale.
Wow.
Blood type O.
Yeah.
Number.
Oh, wow.
My parents, even though they lived here, they thought that it was like Iran. So they said, "Oh, how much money are you getting for this?"
That must have been surprising for you.
I said, "No, this is illegal here. You can't do that here. Not in Iran."
Yeah.
And but yeah, they were really worried as well. To a point where my mum called my grandma in Iran, and she called me to try and change my mind.
Yeah.
Because they're just really worried.
Good. So many people don't know what actually happens when you decide to become a living donor. Can you walk us through the process from testing to surgery?
Yes, so once you decide to be a donor, they put you in touch with a living organ donation nurse.
Yeah.
So you have to go in, they do blood tests, they check your blood pressure to make sure everything's okay. Then they explain everything about the procedure and how it's going to work. And then you have to have a raft of tests and scans, so usually an ultrasound scan of the kidneys, a CT scan. Some people might need a MRI scan. Some people will have a nuclear medicine scan, which is the most accurate way to find your kidney function.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And they also have to check with if it's a living donation and you know the person you're donating, they have to check that you're a match with the tissue type and blood test.
Yeah.
And then you have to meet with the Human Tissue Authority, which is an independent assessor, and they have to check. They come and check that you're not being coerced into this, or you're happy with doing this by yourself. You're not going to receive any rewards.
Yeah. So is there a direct? Did they just ask you directly? Is anybody paying you to donate to your kidney?
You have this interview.
Yes.
And you're interviewed separately by your with your donor
Yeah.
recipient and yourself. And they say, are you receiving anything? Has anybody offered you holiday or money or
Yeah.
so they just come out with it.
Yeah.
But it was that part of it was quite scary because it felt like an interrogation.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell you the results straight away. They make you wait like a couple of days.
Yeah.
But you also have to provide proof as well that you know, like you know the person. So
Yeah.
you know, like pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when my family came forward to donate to me, they wouldn't tell me anything, so I had to get all the information secondhand from my family. And when the results came out, they didn't tell me either. They went straight to my family, the member of my family who had been identified, and told them the result. And when I asked, I'm right here with you in England, they wouldn't tell me. They said, well, if they want to share it with you, that's great, but we can't tell you. Well, that's the same thing for you.
Yeah, it was. I guess it's the whole patient confidentiality thing, but it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is nerve-wracking. Yeah. So what was the most surprising part of the process for you? Was there anything you wish you had known before you started the whole process?
Well, this was before COVID, so it was quite quick.
Yeah.
I wish
How
there would
quick? How quick was that?
We found out the tests were in like November.
Yeah.
The operation happened in May.
Oh my goodness. That was fast.
If we'd have known how, the time frame in advance.
That would be great. That would be wonderful. But back to my question, what was the surprising part of the process for you? Was there anything you thought you wished you had known before you started the whole process?
I guess how you would feel after the operation, recovery and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's different for everybody.
Oh yes. Okay, yes, it's different for everybody because we all have different bodies, we all have different systems. Because even when I got my transplant, it was like I had to stay because I had some rejection. And I stayed longer than other people. Other people stayed a week or thereabout and they were out. But I think I stayed almost 2 weeks in the hospital. So everybody's different. Some people recover very quickly, some others don't. But at the end of the day, it's for the recipient, it's what is at the end of that tunnel. We're holding on to that light. Yeah. And the common misconception is that donating an organ will limit, a person's life. And you said, you just sort of like mentioned about, you would have loved to know a few things and your recovery period was different and all of that. Have you faced any long-term health impacts? And what's your message to people who worry about their own well-being if they donate?
No, there's no, I can do everything I was doing before and there's no impact at all. It's actually really safe because every year you have to go and do checkup to the outpatients department and check all your blood and everything. Like a
20 seconds.
MOT every year. And I would say to anyone who's thinking about it to definitely go ahead, and if you can save somebody's life, then definitely.
Wow, wow, that's incredible, just incredible. Ali's story reminds us that heroes don't just always wear capes. Sometimes they wear office ID cards and sit 2 desks away. And because every act of bravery deserves a moment of reflection, here is Godly by Omale, because sometimes doing what is right just feels divine. So I will see you back in a minute. This is Omale with Godly. Welcome back. That was Godly by Omale, a song about trusting the process and following what feels right. And if there's one thing we've learned tonight, it's that doing good often feels right. Now, let's listen to a little bit more of that interview with Ali Dawson, because I think that a lot of people need to hear this from a real-life hero. A real-life hero who didn't think about himself. He thought about his colleague who was having issues. As you must have heard when he spoke, he said he saw her advertised on Facebook and he took that call and reached out to her and asked if he could help. So let's listen to more of that interview, because I think that a lot of people who are considering becoming donors right now need to hear that. So just hold on for a little bit and we're going to put on that second part of the interview.
And how organ donation can transform lives. I am one of those, and you must have seen how much I work extensively, raising awareness about organ donation. You're an ambassador as well, so you understand, coming from the part of a donor and me from recipient, it's that gratitude to our donors for giving us that second chance at life. How has the transplant changed Sonia's life, and how has it affected your bond with her?
She's doing really well now. No more dialysis, and she's like a new lady. Life, and it's nice to see her progress from where before she was just always on the dialysis machine. So now we're kind of like brother and sisters. We're always in touch.
Oh yeah, true. True. So is she doing anything different from what she was doing before?
Doing a lot healthier diet now as well. And she really wants to look after the kidney to make sure it lasts. How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I received a deceased donation. But despite that, I'm fine. Yes, there are complications, and I'm in and out of hospital and stuff. Initially, I had rejections, or not rejections, sort of septicemia. I'm prone to septicemia, and I was in and out of hospital. But that's settled now. But there are other little underlying conditions that cropped up. But at the end of the day, I'm not 6 feet under. I'm talking to you right now, and that's because somebody agreed to organ donation. I don't mind that it's deceased donation, but I'm living the best life I could. Life on dialysis is not something I would wish on my worst enemy. And and I just wanted to mention because I researched you online and I read your story and all of that. You mentioned her sister also has polycystic kidney disease. Has your donation inspired others to consider being donors for her sister?
No, she was on the organ donor, on the transplant list for 4 years.
Yeah.
Luckily, in July last year, she got the call, so thank God she got a donor, and it was a deceased donor, so the family to agree.
Oh, that is just amazing.
Wow.
Oh, that is just amazing.
Both twins have the same polycystic kidney disease.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is so good. So both of them are living their lives. This is why, sharing the stories is so important, especially within the ethnic communities. My community, it is a big, big issue, for people to come forward as donors, even to admit that they are recipients. They wouldn't say it. So me doing this and talking about my journey is something that's really strange for a lot of people. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you telling people you are a kidney patient? Like, if that mother hadn't agreed to organ donation, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't see my children. My son graduated, and when I was on dialysis, he was in high school and then went on to university. He graduated. I was there to celebrate with him. My daughter grew up to go to university. She studied medicine. Who wouldn't want to give everything to see that happen? it is just so amazing that people will take that, people like you will take that, selfless decision to say, I want to look at, other people, consider what they're going through and do this. It's not an easy decision, and I know, and I thank you on behalf of all the recipients, even and Sonia, to say thank you for doing that. So Ali, the decision to go through surgery as a healthy person must have been a big one. And in the days leading up to the operation, what emotions were you experiencing? Were there any moments of doubt?
I wasn't, there was no moments of doubt, but I was a little bit nervous when it was coming up to the operation.
Yeah.
Working in healthcare, my brain was just going at 100 miles per hour. I was reassured once I got to the hospital, and we had our operation at Guy's Hospital. The team there were all lovely, very professional.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And how did you find the strength to push forward despite your fears? Did you have a support system that helped you through that? Because you said earlier on, your family, your mom who called your grandmother to talk you out of it. Did you have that support system, within the family or outside friends to help you with the decision you've made?
My partner was very helpful, and my friends who I told as well, they were very supportive.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you call this experience your best and happiest thing you've ever done. What is it about this journey that makes it so fulfilling for you?
I think having known Sonia and knowing what a lovely, lively, bubbly personality she was before. She actually trained me when I was a student radiographer as well.
Oh, wow.
And we became colleagues. And throughout all of that, I didn't know anything about kidney disease. She was very private. She didn't tell anybody.
Wow.
And to see her kind of like plummet and come down, and while she was on dialysis, to see a different person.
Yeah.
And then to go through that whole journey together, and now see that she can live life to the full, and she's so happy. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. And do you feel that donating a kidney has changed you as a person? And if so, in what ways has this changed you as a person?
I think I look at life now that life's too short as well, and I'm also a lot more healthier, so I eat a lot more healthily and more conscious about everything. So it's definitely changed me for the good.
Okay. And can you describe what it felt like the first time you saw Sonia after the transplant, knowing that you had given her a second chance at life? How did it feel for you?
We made a deal. Whoever felt better would come and see the other one. I felt better than her, so I went with my little drip tray.
Yeah.
My IV.
Yeah.
It was amazing to see, like, the colour was back in her face. And
oh yes. Were you crying? Was she crying?
We both cried.
Oh, believe me, I cried a lot when I came out of the theatre, and I sat in my chair, and the nurses were like, "Do you want to lie down?" I said no. And they came back after about an hour. "Do you want to lie down?" I said no. I was sitting down there crying, praying, just praying for my donor, because obviously he did survive. Praying for him, praying for the family, and the nurses came and at the point they said, "You know what, Hilaria, we want you in the bed." And I said, "Well, I don't want to get in bed, because this is a huge deal for me, because this is a situation where I thought I would not make it. I'd prepared my children to be independent."
Wow, that was a fantastic interview. And if you want to catch the rest of that interview, because there's so many golden nuggets that Ali dropped during the interview with him, go to our YouTube channel, WSHBME Kidneys, and you can watch the rest of the video. So this, to the listeners listening right now, this is a true definition of selflessness. especially for all donors, because it is a big decision to take to say you want to give part of yourself to somebody else, especially somebody you don't even know, you're not even related to. You want to do that. That is the definition of selflessness. And I want to thank all donors out there and those who are thinking of becoming organ donors right now. I want to say thank you on behalf of me as a recipient and all the recipients and those who you're going to be changing their lives in the future. For somebody who, never thought about donation, who, it wasn't something, would ever crossed his mind, to take, that huge step, to turn that fear or not even considering it into faith. So here's a song about embracing the journey, taking risks and moving forward. Enjoy Peru by Fireboy DML. And I'll see you back here in a minute. I'll see you soon. Welcome back. That was Peru by Fireboy DML, a song about movement, growth, and embracing the unknown. And that unknown is taking that huge step forward and saying, I want to be a hero for somebody who is waiting for that second chance at life. So the show continues, and if you've been impacted by this story and you have questions, we have phones in the studio, so you can call us on 0161 222 9960 or 0744 881 1570. That's our WhatsApp number. Or you can call through and I would answer any question you've got. Or otherwise, you can just leave your comments in the comment box below on our Facebook page and we will answer those questions during the break. So the story we've just heard from Ali is exactly what living donors do. They step into the unknown, not for themselves, but for someone else. Now let's talk about life after donation. We did hear, what Ali said. Many people wonder what happens to donors. Do they struggle? Do they regret it? The truth? Most donors go on to live completely normal lives. And as I said earlier on, if you want to hear the rest of that interview, just go to our YouTube channel and everything is there for you to listen to, because Ali has gone on with his life. He actually said he feels as if he and Sonia are now brother and sister because they share something in common. A part of him lives in her. And what's even more powerful is the shift in perspective, and you can hear that from what he said. Almost every donor I've ever spoken to says the same thing. They feel lighter, they feel grateful, they feel whole. Because when you give life to someone else, you gain a new appreciation for yours. And even recipients, because I'm one. I have a new appreciation for life. I want to give back because somebody took that big decision to give to me. How can I make a difference? Because when you give life to someone else, you gain a new appreciation for your own. Because you're thinking, did I do that? Yes, you did. Ali, you are an amazing person. And may God bless you for that decision you took. And because we are all about celebrating new beginnings, you know, here is Essence by Wizkid featuring Thames, a song about connections that stand the test of time. I'll see you back here in a minute. Enjoy. Welcome back. That was Essence by Wizkid featuring Thames. Now, let's talk about Buchi. And this is a woman who proved that love and sacrifice are not about guarantees. They are about showing up when it matters most. Buchi had not seen her childhood friend. And that's me, Hilaria. So that's one person who stepped forward for me who wasn't even related to me. And in over 25 years, we hadn't seen each other. Life had taken us in different directions, different cities, different careers, different lives. But one day, she heard the news. You know, it was in our school group, and people were always asking after me, Prof, how are you feeling today? How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. And she called me and she said, what's this? What's happening, Prof? You know, what's going on with you? And I told her, and when she heard the news, and she heard that I needed a kidney transplant, without hesitation, she stepped forward. And you know, but there was one problem, which she had an extreme phobia of needles, just like I do. I'm talking about full-on panic attacks, you know, sweating, heart racing fear, the kind that made even a simple blood test feel impossible. And that was me as well. But she didn't care. The moment she heard that my life was hanging in the balance, and she put her fears aside. She went through the test, braved every needle, faced every fear, and then the results came in. She wasn't a match. And this was, you know, coming forward to be a living donor to me. Imagine that. After everything, the emotional build-up, the hope, the courage, she couldn't be my donor. But did she give up? No, because Buchi's heart was bigger than just one person. She joined the PED scheme because she said, what else can I do? You know, is there anything I can do? And I said, well, I don't know. There's this PED scheme. And she said, what does that mean? What does it mean? And I explained it to her, and I said the PED scheme is a system where, you know, incompatible donors can swap with other pairs. So it creates a chain of donors that ensures that everyone gets the transplant they need. So for those people who are listening, and if you live in Birmingham, you would have heard of the Birmingham Famous 5, where they did the operation in 36 hours. But she couldn't save me directly, but she could still try and save me another way. Unfortunately, she was not able to do that. We waited. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So at the end of the day, we waited those 3 years, and she went on, you know, going to the hospital for blood tests, because a whole lot of battery of tests that you have to do. She went through all of that, and she wasn't a match. Even my family came forward to be my living donors, but none of them was a match. But at the end of the day, you know, when I thought everything was over, that, you know, my life is just going to be spent on dialysis, a miracle happened. And, you know, a mother who lost her son agreed to organ donation. And believe me, guys, it is the best thing that anybody can do. The very best thing anybody can do. When people have given up hope that they are going to find somebody to donate to them, something happens. So anybody who is on the transplant list or just been told that, you know, they need a transplant, they have kidney disease, and they are being walked up to a transplant, please don't give up hope. You are being tested to be put on the transplant list. Reach out to your family. As soon as you're told, reach out to your family, because I know a lot of people don't want to stress their family. You heard Ali say that, you know, Sonia didn't want to tell anybody, but she put it on Facebook. She didn't want to bother anybody because she just felt, you know, and that is what people think when they are told. It's a shock to the system, and they don't want to bother anybody. They don't want to put anybody in harm's way. So they keep it to themselves and just hope that something better would happen. But let me tell you that however you think about it, you still do need that transplant. So get talking to people. reach out to people and tell them. If Sonia hadn't put that advert on social media, Ali wouldn't have seen it to put himself forward to say, I want to donate to you. And this is a colleague. So I would like to encourage you right now, if you are on the transplant list, put it out there. Open yourself up. Be vulnerable. Let people see how much you want this, how much you want that transplant. You never know who is going to step forward. It could be your colleague in the office. It could be somebody off the street. Just come in and say, I will donate. And tell your wider family so that they know that you have been diagnosed with kidney disease, especially in the Black community, where we don't talk about illnesses. We don't talk about being sick. We hide it from people because we don't want them. Sometimes we don't want them to talk about us. We don't want to be the topic on the at the dinner table. But there's nothing to be ashamed about, because this is your life, especially if you have children. Wouldn't you want to see your children grow up like I did? So take that huge step and start talking to people. And if you, as a member of the public or a member of the family, if somebody comes to you and says, I'm on the transplant list and I need an organ, please ask them, how can I help? You might not be able to help because of your health condition or something, but you can do something by spreading the word, raising awareness about what that person needs. It could make all the difference. So I will take a break here, and here is Tenny with Uyomeyo. I love the song, I'm always playing it, and I want you to enjoy it along with me. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. That was Uyomeyo by Tenny. I absolutely love that song, and it's reminding us that some bonds are meant to last forever. And that's what tonight is about. Acts of kindness that create lifelong impact. We've heard stories of silent heroes who stepped up for colleagues, long lost friends, and even complete strangers. We have seen courage in its purest form, not just in the giving, but in the willingness to give. If there's one thing to take away from tonight, it's this. You have the power to be someone's second chance. Next week, we'll be diving into another life-changing conversation. I won't reveal too much just yet, but trust me, you don't want to miss it. Follow us on Facebook at WSHBME Kidneys. And also, if tonight's episode touched you, share it with a friend, share it with your family, share it within the community, on your social media platforms, because we want people to understand how to become donors. And please go listen to the interview with Ali Dawson on our YouTube channel, because you would be amazed at how much information he provides for people who are considering becoming donors. Because one donor can save two people. Living donation can save two people. And also, if you can't be an organ donor, you can be a blood donor. We really do need people from the Black community to step up to become blood donors. It just takes about an hour and you're out. I don't think it's up to an hour. And you're out. And you'll be saving lives. There are people who have done 50 donations, 100 donations, and they are celebrated every day. So you can reach out and go onto the website blood.co.uk and you can donate. And if you want to be an organ donor, you can go to organdonation.nhs.uk, and you can then go through to register to become a donor. And when you have signed up to be a donor, please have that conversation with your family. Don't keep it to yourself, because if you don't do that, if you're not in a position to do so, your family might not agree to it. They might veto your decision. So please, when you sign up to be a donor, please have a discussion with your family. If you're finding it difficult, I'm always very happy to come and speak to families about organ donation and what it means. So if you feel you're going to be under any pressure, so your family understand the wonderful thing that you've done, I will be very happy to speak to them. It doesn't matter where they are. Thank goodness COVID brought about online platforms. I can log into Zoom. I can log onto Microsoft Teams, any other platforms they want to use to talk to them about what it means to be a donor. So don't be afraid. Take that big decision. And if you need to speak to somebody, I'm always here to speak to you. You can reach out on our number 07862 348 994, and I will speak to you about anything whatsoever. And to close, here is and also to New Beginnings. Here is Duduke by Simi, and remember, second chances saves lives. And I will see you next week, and hopefully you will come on board, you'll log in with your family and friends, because this is a session you don't want to miss. I'll see you next week. Bye. Yes, see me with Duduke.
You finished before time. Is there a next song after this?
Yeah, there is.